everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of PS Treks. I'm Seth, otherwise known as Americanski, here to bring you another glimpse into the beating heart of the PlayStation side of the gaming universe. You know, in prior installments of PS Treks, here in the long, illustrious, week-long history that this series has had here at the Geekiverse, we've looked at bygone eras. You know, the genesis of the PlayStation brand of the mid to late 1990s. We've looked at games like Siphon Filter, and many others. But today we're flying far forward from those humble, nostalgic beginnings into the cutting-edge present of 2018 to give PS Treks its first ever unboxing episode. And I can't think of a better unit to start off with than the very limited, very special, very legacy-celebrating 500 million limited edition PlayStation 4 Pro. While I begin to tear into this delicate, beautiful vinyl packaging, let me start to tell you just a bit about what this particular edition of the PlayStation 4 is all about. Now, the 500 million limited edition PlayStation 4 Pro is the official name. And it was made in order to commemorate 500 million PlayStation sold since the history of the brand back in 1994, the Japanese launch of the PlayStation 1. And they made a limited run of these systems, special edition systems, to commemorate. The number is 50,000 worldwide, which is an incredibly small number for an incredibly in-demand limited edition console. Now, let's just take a look at this beautiful translucent blue outer layer of the PlayStation 4 Pro 500 limited edition console. Translucent blue. Well, let's get into why that is. Now, what makes this system so special, do you ask? Well, it's a PlayStation. That's number one. It's a PlayStation 4 Pro number two. And beyond that, well, it's made of a unique aesthetic. Unique amongst all other PlayStation 4s and perhaps any PlayStation ever made. It actually has a design that's reminiscent of 5th, 6th generation era systems. It's got a translucent blue shell, and it also has copper highlights. It's very, I've only seen this thing online so far, so it's going to be quite a kick to see this in person. But it feels like a classy special edition, but also something of a throwback back to you remember the Nintendo 64, PlayStation, PS2 kind of early to mid 2000s era where there would be special edition translucent consoles. I know that was a big thing with N64 specifically, but PlayStation 2 as well, and even some versions of the PlayStation 1. And so this system here, a PS4 Pro, it comes with, of course, a controller, but also the PlayStation 4 camera of the same color scheme. Do you see that? Look at that. Oh, no. Okay, and then we have the DualShock 4, the new edition of the DualShock 4 with the light bar in the front. This will be the first new style DualShock 4 that I have, actually, and it is beautiful, glossy blue, very glossy, so glossy that I'm afraid of it getting scratches, but that's is what it is. Copper accents, see-through. Wow, it does look beautiful. Look at that. The entire packaging is in fact the dark blue color scheme of the console. What do we have here? Well, we have a quick start guide, a guide to miss en route, and a PlayStation 4 safety guide. Be sure to read these in full before operating your PlayStation 4 Pro system. It's very important. And beyond that, we have cables. Not Deadpool kind of cable, but like cables like to attach to your TV. Power cords, HDMI cables, mono headsets, once again of the translucent blue color scheme, a USB charge cord for the DualShock 4, and a stand for the camera. We also have something I have never had before for a PlayStation system at all. I don't even think, even though the PlayStation 2 had a vertical stand, I don't think I ever had one though, sadly, but I have one now because this comes with one, a translucent blue vertical stand for standing this beautiful trophy console up for all the world to see, even though I never have anybody over. Well, I think it's about time we really dug into the meat of the potatoes, as we say in the Americanski household, and get to the console itself. Now, besides the unique aesthetic, the translucent shell, the copper accents, and the limited availability, there's something else that makes this system special. As I said, these are limited to 50,000 units. And every single unit is numbered. There's a little copper plate on the front that says what number out of 50,000 you have. So it's exciting to see what unique number you have, because it makes every console truly one of a kind. And they even noted in the PlayStation blog post that, hey, you could get some extra special versions of the PlayStation 4 500 million limited edition. You can get a number that lays out a special date in the history of PlayStation. Like, you could get, out of 50,000, you can get 09995, which is the launch, the American launch, North American launch of the PlayStation 1. Or it could be any console launch, you know, a date like that. You know, if I get 10/21/98, I would lose my mind, because that's the North American launch of Metal Gear Solid, my #1 PlayStation game and most important game to me of all time. Now, I have not opened the system before, obviously, and I don't know what number I have, and I'm excited to see if maybe I have something of some significance in PlayStation history. I don't know. Maybe I don't, in which case I am tossing this sorry piece of garbage out the window, but let's see. Let's take off this protective cover. Now, before I look at the number, let's just look at this system. Do you see this? Do you see that? Whew! This does give an impression. It really does make an impression. There's an underlying kind of I don't know, there's this ethereal, I'm the host of PS Trek, so I'm gonna get really weird with it, but there's just sort of this underlying glow, this serenity to the translucent blue of the system, and timelessness to the copper highlights. What am I talking about? Let's flip to the front and see what number I have. Let's hope it's a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, out of 50,000, Cap Americanski is number 35,140. Well, I don't think that corresponds to a date in Sony's history. I don't think they existed before World War II, but 35140. I like it. A nice, solid number. Solid snake. There, I made a connection. Now this number is special. Well, let's just take a look around the console. We see on the back, in the form of rubber feet to hold the console up when it's horizontal, the sacred symbols, the triangle, circle, square, and X. Beautiful, wonderful to see. And the color of the PlayStation icon is different on the bottom side than it is on the top from the copper accent. Another wonderful feature of note is the 2 terabyte hard drive size, which is, I believe, the first PlayStation 4 to have a hard drive size quite that big. We've had 500 gigabyte and terabyte, but 2 terabyte is new. Now, I've been waiting to pick myself up a PlayStation 4 Pro, and you know, this just seemed like the right time. I've still got to get myself a 4K TV, but the Pro does have many benefits for 1080p TV users. And hey, we always live in like it's 1999, partying like it's 1999. In fact, here on PS Treks, and we had to commemorate the PlayStation brand with this beautiful limited edition console. I'm so thankful I was able to pick one up. I was able to push through and turn to my old friends Best Buy. They're canceling their Gamers Club Unlocked, but they are stocking the PlayStation 4 Pro limited edition for tens of seconds, and I got lucky. I was able to get one, so I'm very thankful. It's in fact the only 500 million limited edition PlayStation 4 Pro numbered 35140 on the planet, one of a kind, the official PlayStation 4 limited edition of the show, of PS Treks, and of the entire Geekiverse, in fact. I highly doubt anyone else here is going to be picking one of these things up. Maybe Josiah? No? He's too busy having babies? Well, listen, we all have our bundles of joy, and today this one is mine. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for the very first unboxing in PS Trek's history. The 500 million limited edition, not a bad one to start off with. So, feel free to like, subscribe if you would please, and comment down below. You know, what do you think of all this limited edition business? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Did you try to get one of these? Were you able to? If so, please share. What's your number? And if not, hey, well, we're sorry, but you can always be our little bundles of joy. And we'll you cradle you month in and month out here on our ongoing coverage, our tribute to the legacy of the PlayStation, to this symbol right here. I'm Seth, otherwise known as Captain Americanski, and please, until next time, keep living in your world, playing in theirs, and never ever underestimate the power of PlayStation.